Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm all about building practical AI solutions that solve real business problems. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Today we're starting something really exciting, a complete course on building an intelligent Microsoft 365 admin agent using the Model Context Protocol MCP. And I'm not just going to show you how to code this thing, we're going to build it from the ground up, understanding every decision along the way. Before we jump into any code, I want to spend this video talking about the why behind this project. Because here's the thing, if you don't understand the problem you're solving, you'll end up building something that looks impressive but doesn't actually help anyone. Trust me, I've been there. Let me paint you a picture. If you've ever worked as a Microsoft 365 administrator, and I know many of you watching have, you know the pain I'm about to describe. It's Monday morning. You grab your coffee, sit down at your desk, and your boss walks over with that look. You know the one. They say, "Hey, can you get me a report on all the new team service messages? I need it for the board meeting in an hour." In your head, you're thinking that should be simple, right? But here's what actually happens first. You open the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Then you navigate to service messages. Then you filter by teams. Then you try to export the data, but the export format is weird. So you copy and paste it into Excel. Then you spend time cleaning up the formatting. Then you add summary information. Then you go back to the Teams admin center for more context. By the time you're done, 2 to 4 hours have passed. And that's assuming everything goes smoothly and you know exactly where to find everything. Sound familiar? I thought so. Well, what if I told you that same request could be handled like this? You open one interface, type in plain English, show me team service messages, and export to Excel. A few seconds later, you have a professionally formatted Excel report ready to email to your boss. That's a 95% time reduction. That's the difference between spending your morning on manual data compilation versus focusing on strategic work. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about saving time on reports. This is about fundamentally changing how we interact with complex enterprise systems. And this is what we're going to build a Microsoft 365 admin agent with these capabilities. But it's not limited to just that. You can enhance its functionality by adding configurations in the service config JSON file, and your agent will automatically gain those capabilities. So, friends, we're going to learn Model Context Protocol, and using this protocol, we will build Microsoft 365 agents. Hey everyone, now that you understand the why behind what we're building, let me walk you through exactly what we're going to cover in this complete course. And trust me, by the end of this journey, you're going to have a rock solid understanding of the Model Context Protocol and a production ready Microsoft 365 admin agent that you can actually deploy and use in your organization. Let's break this down section by section because the way I've structured this course, very intentional. Each section builds on the previous one, and there's a reason we're doing things in this specific order. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Come on, just show me the code. But here's the thing. If you don't understand the foundational concepts of MCP, you'll end up copy pasting code without understanding how it actually works. And when something breaks, or when you want to extend it, you'll be completely lost. So we're starting with three theory modules. On theory one, MCP fundamentals and core concepts. What exactly is the Model Context Protocol? How does it differ from traditional API architectures? Why was it created and what problems does it solve? We'll cover the core philosophy behind MCP and how it enables AI systems interact with external tools and data sources in a standardized way. ERI2E2 MCP tools, resources, and prompts. The three primitives tools are functions your AI can call, resources are data sources it can access, And prompts are templates that structure interactions. Understanding these is like learning the alphabet before writing sentences. Here in Theory 3, MCP, host versus tools, relationships, and real world flow, we'll map out how the pieces fit together in real applications. You'll understand the client server relationship, how data flows, and how to design scalable MCP architectures. Here's where we turn theory into a concrete plan. We'll design our entire Microsoft 365 admin agent system from the ground up. We'll map out components, define the data flow, plan our authentication strategy, and create a blueprint to guide implementation. This isn't just drawing pretty diagrams. This is where we make the critical decisions that determine whether our system is maintainable, scalable, and actually useful in production. This is where the rubber meets the road. We have 7 implementation steps, and each one builds on the previous. Step 1, project setup and configuration. Setting up our development environment, configuring authentication with Microsoft 365, and establishing our project structure. Step 2, shared Microsoft 365 service, data source implementation, building the core service that connects to Microsoft 365 APIs and retrieves the data our agent needs. Step 3, MCP server implementation, building the MCP Microsoft 365 server that exposes our Microsoft 365 data through the Model Context Protocol. Step 4, MCP hosts, Agentic AI implementation, implementing the AI agent that can understand natural language requests and coordinate with our MCP tools. Step 5, MCP2, Excel export implementation, building the Excel export functionality as a proper MCP tool. Step 6, user interface, Streamlit implementation, creating a clean professional interface that makes our agent accessible to actual users. Step 7, configuration files and final setup, putting all the pieces together and ensuring everything works seamlessly. This is where we make sure everything actually works. We'll set up local development testing, create test scenarios that mirror real world usage, and debug any issues we encounter. Because let's be honest, no matter how carefully we code, something's going to break and we need to know how to fix it. This is where we take our working system and deploy it to Azure for real world use. We'll cover Azure production deployment, show you how to add new services and capabilities, and demonstrate the final system in action. But here's what makes this course different from other tutorials. You're not just building a demo, you're building something you can actually use, extend, and deploy in your organization. And here's the really exciting part. Once you understand the MCP framework we're building, adding new capabilities becomes incredibly easy. Want to add SharePoint management? Just add a new service configuration. Want to include Exchange management? Same thing. The architecture we're building is designed for extensibility. So that's our journey together. We're going from understanding the fundamentals all the way to having a production ready system that can transform how you interact with Microsoft 365. Are you ready to dive in? Let's start with MCP theory and build something amazing together